do y'all eat your watermelon? Like, are you a plain person? Or do you eat it with salt, sugar, or chili pepper? Like, what do you guys put on it? I am definitely a salt person, but like, I'm told I'm crazy for that. Is that a weird, like, rural Southern thing that I just grew up on that I didn't know was wrong? Hey lovelies. Okay, it's been a hot dang minute. So, a couple of things are definitely different. I am definitely in a new space. I have moved. New setup, kind of bearing with that. I don't have an immediate light, like, right on me. The setup that I have right now, I couldn't exactly fit, like, my huge box light in front of me, or, like, either to the sides. So, I'm kind of, like, in between two windows right now. I actually kind of dig it. I'm not mad at it. But I probably need to get a ring light to go behind here so that you actually get, like, a full-on true lighting experience. Yeah, life is a lot. Life is fast. Life comes at you fast, guys. I did just finish my first semester of nursing school. I got, like, all of my prereqs. I'm doing dual degree, double major. So I did basically everything for my first major first, got all my prereqs out of the way, and I just did my first semester of actual BSN program. That's fun. No, that was the majority of it, I guess. That was just a lot. And I definitely underestimated how much they throw at you in that first semester. I think they really do try to kind of like weed everybody out that first semester. At least that's what I'm kind of gathering. So we'll see about that in a couple months. But, I mean, I think that was a lot of it. I'll tell you guys a lot about that, like, while I'm going through everything. But yeah, just, there's been a lot of new stuff going on. A lot of new people in my life. A lot of moving. Lots of new, just everything, it feels like. Not in a bad way, though. It's been really good. It's been really, really good. So, I do have something planned. I have a look in my head. I think I have a couple of new things that I kind of want to play with. I don't know, we'll see. We'll get to that as we get to it. We'll burn that bridge as we get, cross that, burn that, cross that bridge as we get to it. Maybe we should just get to the makeup. Alrighty, so I am gonna go in with, and I know that anybody who has any idea about anything watching this is gonna scream. I am going in with a Bath & Body moisturizer to prime. Do I suggest doing this? No, absolutely not. There's way too much fragrance in this for most people, but it is glycerin based. It keeps your stuff on, and personally my skin isn't that super sensitive, so I kind of dig it. Alrighty, and then going in with my IT Cosmetics Confidence in a foundation in 105. I'm just gonna kind of dot that all around my face and go in with my wet blender. IT Cosmetics doesn't play when it comes to coverage, and I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, the other day I posted, the lips just reminded me of this. The other day I posted a video on Instagram of me using an Anastasia lipstick as a makeshift mascara, which still not mad at, by the way. But because I was in the middle of it, I still had crusty dusty foundation lips. And somebody did send me a message asking, hey, I don't want to be rude, but what is on your lips? What's wrong with them? And I'm like, I just don't have anything on them, I'm sorry. Just bear with me, friends. So yeah, if you think they're gonna stay like this, don't worry, they're not. And then going in with my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in C3 just to add a little bit more coverage to a couple of these problem areas. I probably should have color corrected. And And then going in with my Conceal and Define in 0.5 under the eyes. Oh, I guess since it takes me like forever and a day to powder my face, I can actually like start talking. So I did just do my first semester of nursing school. I am 2 classes away from my... I will never get over the fact that this powder tastes good. But no, I am 2 classes away from my biology degree. I almost have my bachelor's in bio, and then I am 1 semester out of 5 done with my bachelor's in nursing, which, okay, they tell you going into this that this is one of the hardest degrees to get, and I'm like, okay, perfect, fine, I'm down, that's cool, that's okay. And it is one of just the most, it's not really like one of, how do I say this correctly? It's difficult, it's not like one of the most difficult, but it's one of the most rigorous. I think that's the better way to say it. And I mean, me being me, I can't really stand not having something to do. So I'm like, okay, I'm down. I may have underestimated Miss Nursing. So it doesn't sound bad whenever you go into it, because what I was doing is I was doing 4 classes at one school, at my nursing school, and then just 1 class at my other for my bio degree. Because they are a dual degree, so they go together, because the school that I technically go to just doesn't have their own nursing program, so. And then real quick, I am going in with the brush that I used to set my under eyes. It's the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. And I'm kind of just taking that and dragging over the areas where I tend to crease a little bit more. Oh, that's kind of a fun face. Where I tend to crease a little bit more, and just taking a little bit of that product off. But 4 classes at one class the other. I never went to my 1 class, which was 3 days a week. It was only an hour. It was Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I never went. Not once. Okay, actually I went twice. That was a lie. So I went twice. That was it, the entire semester, because it fell directly in the middle of my nursing classes, which were anywhere from 3 to 5.5 hours long. And they were mandatory, so I couldn't not go to them. So I skipped Spanish. It wasn't bad. Tony understood. Tony was like, hey, that program's probably not scheduled the best, is it? And I'm like, it absolutely is not. I am so sorry. So I basically taught myself everything, went through his lesson plan, and just showed up for the exams. Except I couldn't show up for the exams either, because they were in the same class period, so I just rescheduled the exams and showed up at his office and said, I am so sorry. Where is my test? Thank you. And then going in with a dry blender real quick and a little bit more powder, I'm just pushing that into my little tiny scars. Alrighty, so now that we kind of have that base done, I'm gonna go ahead, zoom you guys in. We'll go ahead and get started on the eyes, and I will keep talking at you. Alrighty, going with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette, I'm gonna go ahead and start with Estate. And I'm just going ahead and packing that on first. And then I'm gonna take my tapered blending brush and just super softly go around those edges. And I am just going ahead right now and taking that just to the very edge of the lower lash line, just to prep. And then just going into Coastline, which is a bit more of a neon pigmented peach, and going in and packing that in. That is like my favorite shade out of this entire palette. Oh my goodness. I really want to do something just with that. Later. And then going back in and softly blending that out again. And the reason that I always go for those two shades is just look at how perfect the blend is with those. I love them. And then going in with my NYX glitter primer and an angled brush, I am just gonna go ahead and carve out a little space for the crease. And then going into the Morphe Artistry palette, I am gonna go into Guac, which is a deep metallic green, and just throw that onto the lid. And then taking my little bullet brush, I'm gonna go in and just super lightly diffuse those edges. Okay, so I am gonna take that green up just a little bit higher real quick because I realized that whenever I close my eye, it doesn't go up just as high as I want it to for that crease. So I'm gonna go ahead, bring that up, and I will be right back. Okay, I did take that up a little bit higher than I meant to, just a little bit, but that is totally okay. So I'm actually gonna go into the dark green color now and just buff that along that lower lash line. And then going in with that tapered blending brush and a bit more of Coastline just to blend that out. I blew that green out way more than I meant to, but that is totally okay. Listen, we don't give up until we hate the final look. With my little bullet brush, I'm gonna dip ever so lightly into Yacht from the Riviera palette, and go in and dot that on my inner corner. Now, I know that this is kind of a dark-based shimmer. I understand. But also, we're not exactly going for light and subtle with this. We have bright metallic green on. It's okay. And then doing the same thing to my brow bone. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera, and I will be right back. Alrighty, so I am back. I did go ahead, I went and applied the Covergirl Professional Super Thick Lash Waterproof Mascara. It is the pink tube, it's like $5. Actually grabbed this just because I was out of my usual, and they discontinued my usual mascara. I'm so upset. It was the, where'd it go, hold on. It was the e.l.f. Active Mascara and Brow Gel combo, and I mainly loved the brow gel, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I love the mascara, it was perfect. I think that these are two, like, pretty good, similar, but like, I'm just so sad. But I did go ahead and do that, threw on some Lash Couture singles from Kiss, one medium one on the center of each, and then 4 short ones, 3 on the outer edge over here, and then 1 on the inner edge, and then only 2 on the outer edge, and 1 on the inner edge on this side. Just because I noticed that this side likes to kind of wing out a little bit more, so I just make sure to emphasize that on this side. So, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and, for brows, I've actually been using a hair gel, but I do just take a little bit of that off the cap, go in with that spoolie, and just make sure to brush it through and stick it down. I mean, yeah, brows aren't that exciting. If you're a brow person, this isn't your channel, I'm sorry. Okay. let's get to work on the face because we are looking super duper powdery and it's kind of starting to bug me. So I'm gonna go in with the Peachy Love Trio from Anastasia. I'm gonna go into the like bright apricot shade on the end, Miami. This is really kind of like a true, honestly it's almost like a true orange. And I'm just gonna kind of go a little light with that. But, okay, so with Cox, I mean, school was really like mainly the major thing of course this year. Just lots of new things to get used to, getting used to new studying habits. It was get up, immediately start studying, go to class, get out, coordinate where we were studying for that night, go, everybody meet up, study, come home, eat, go to bed, repeat the next day. And that was basically, that was the semester in a nutshell. Like that was all we did. But I did actually end this semester with the best GPA that I've had in a hot second. Okay, here's the thing. I'm a really good student, I love learning, but when it comes to tests, I panic. I'm terrible, I'm awful. And I'm just, that's always what drags me down. But this semester I've really gotten a lot better with it and really gotten the hang of it, mainly because we had 3 exams a week. So if you are an incoming nursing student and you're afraid about, like if you're like me and you were afraid about your test anxiety, if you had anxiety about your anxiety, then you will get used to it at least. But I will say I've made some really good friends this semester. I am super thankful. I mean, whenever you literally have to hang out every day and you're up until like 2 or 3 a.m. studying and crying and doing your best, you tend to make friends pretty quick, thankfully. But I'm super grateful. I've made some of the most amazing friends this semester and I absolutely adore them. Things have gotten just so much better this semester mentally. Okay, finally, time to get a little bit of this powdery mess settled. So I'm gonna go ahead, go in first with my Mario Badescu and just give her a good spritz. And then going in with my e.l.f. Matte Magic just to make sure that everything stays all day. Whew, okay, my skin feels like skin again. I like that. So that blush does have like a little bit of sheen to it, just a tiny bit of a glow, but I'm gonna go in with my Artistry Pro Glow palette. I can never say that correctly. And I'm gonna go in with the shade Lit, which is just a little bit of a kind of golden bronze to match that bronze situation that we have going on in the inner corner and brow bone. There we go. And then just for the heck of it, I am going to take the tiniest bit of that and throw that on that inner corner. And I just mean literally the tiniest bit. I'm gonna go in with Anastasia's Bittersweet Liquid Lip. And then taking my clear e.l.f. lip lacquer and going right in the center. Okay, so we could completely be done, but I think what I'm gonna do is take a little bit more of my glitter primer on the back of my hand. And I have a bunch of these little like gold stars. I'm just gonna take a couple, dip them in that glitter and just stick them on kind of like freckles. Okay, I definitely think that was like the last little touch that it needed. Oh my goodness, guys. I feel like I'm ready to go dance in the woods with Hosier and Florence Welch, honestly. Like, I don't know, I just feel like that cute and woodsy and like... So, I don't know, it's kind of like grungy, elfy, nymphy vibes, I guess. Something like that. I don't know, I feel like the little glitter star freckles were just the perfect finishing touch. I don't know, a couple of things that have definitely changed about my makeup this semester. I definitely know that A, I'm not like overdoing the Cupid's bow anymore, because who didn't tell me that like, it was cute, I admit, but like, wow, I brought my Cupid's bow like all the way down to the bottom of my lip, and it was just, ooh, it was kind of like a mustache lip. It was a look, it was cute, but I'm definitely not overemphasizing that anymore. I'm definitely getting more into using a bit more material in here and like adding a couple more little glamour touches, especially if you're looking on Instagram. And yeah, and I mean, aside from that, definitely just focusing less on color and more on my complexion, because I know that my foundation, my concealer, just my base in general definitely needs some help. So that's definitely what I'm working towards right now. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you feel about this, what you want to see more of. Do you want to hear a bit more about like my experiences in nursing school? Do you guys want to see a bit more of like the creative, all of this? I definitely know that this is a little bit darker, especially considering it's summer right now. We're just getting into summer and we want something a little bit brighter and more happy. This is happy to me. I mean, I don't know about you. I feel thrilled. Again, I'm gonna go dance in the woods naked now. But I definitely do have a couple of more pastel looks that I have planned coming. I've definitely been inspired by a lot of different things lately, whether it be music and nature and reading and just a little bit of everything. And I don't know, I feel like I'm on a roll. Well, not on a roll, but I definitely just, my heart is a lot happier and I'm in such a better place and I'm ready to be able to sit down and actually do more of this and sit down and create. But it has been so good to sit down and do something like this again. I just keep wanting to like shift my head and look at the freckles again. So definitely, go down below, let me know what you want to see, what you want to hear me talk about, kind of what more themes you want me to go for, if there's any like specific little glamour materials that you kind of want me to go with, or if there's just anything else that's on your guys' mind. Let me know, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, lovelies. And start off, and... Can you hear that? My tea is definitely... Oh my god, my tea is definitely... I can already tell I'm gonna have to change the battery again. Hi, if you are new here, my under eyes are deeper than my grave will be. And then going into the Morphe Artistry palette, I am gonna go with... Oh my goodness! Meryl, are you okay? We pick now. We pick now to scratch on the scratching post that we never like. Thank you.